Portion Jacob is not like that, but he is the former of all things. Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art to my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers, and I will render in Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord, which destroyest all the earth. And I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain. And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundations, but thou shalt be desolate forever, saith the Lord.
Take the world. The scripture clearly says the saints of the Most High shall what? Shall take the kingdom. The Heavenly Father is going to give us supernatural capabilities to control the elements, the ability to fly, to be indestructible. The scripture clearly says, I'm going to make you my battle axe and weapons of war. To beat in pieces these nations' army, the military might. The Heavenly Father is going to give us power over lightning, over fire. No bullet, no tank is going to be able to penetrate the sons of God. It is over for these heathens.
Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion. I will make thy horn iron, and I will make thy hoofs brass. And thou shalt beat in pieces many people, and I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, and their substance unto the Lord of the whole earth.
All right, Shalom to elective Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. First and foremost, we're going to face the east and give all praise to Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Quadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles. The great millstone led me to this truth. I've been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elected, to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, is be edifying to those who fear the name of the Lord and are striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. Now, this isn't a camp. I'm finna go try to do camp, Lord willing. Got enough time to go finish my small camp before I do the camp with the elder. You know? And but this is a lesson. It's gonna be dealing with things to just show that the slain of the Lord shall be many. Got a couple articles that I want to deal with. Lord put the spirit on me to deal with. Also false prophets and defiled bread, and also some earthquakes and a few more various end-time topics. I'm on break from the plantation right now. I got about 2 hours, so Lord willing, I can make everything count. 2:41, so I can't be too long. I might even do a part 1 and come back into this after I get off, because I can always do a lesson. I can always do a lesson, but I can't do camp that late. But I can do a lesson late. That's at the barracks, if I would say. That's what you want to treat your house like it's a barracks. We ain't worried about, staying out here. We ain't looking at this place as not our rest. So you don't want to be comfortable here. Once you get comfortable, it's a chance that you can start going off, So we want to stay uncomfortable in some sense, but not to where you just, causing yourself trouble, but don't make it easy on yourself. Test yourself, take heed to thyself. Test yourself sometimes. Don't always make your life so easy, man. Sometimes it's good to go through some hard times. Because once you go through those, you're going to be ready for the easy times. I was listening to, and this is before he came into GMS, but he's a good brother. It's Classic Kings. And he was talking about soft men make hard times and hard men make easy times, But we want to be hard men. We want to be tough, okay? Because then it's going to make easier times for those people who bear infirmities in that time that the Lord wants us to actually protect and look after if we are of that number. And Lord willing, we are that number. But we want to have that mindset if that's really what it is. So we're going to get over here into this topic. And then Lord willing, I'll be able to go to camp. I got to be back at the plantation at 4. I'll mess around, be late. But hey, it's what it is, This work comes before anything, man. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But I'm probably gonna do a part 1 of this because I want to do at least an hour at camp. I'll still probably be a little late to work, but whatever. I ain't worried about it. So this is scientist predicts brutal population correction. We may be in for a rude awakening, and they are. They're gonna be for a rude awakening. Okay. And we're not going to be in a root for awakening. Why? Because we already know what's going on. We already understand what Yahawashi is doing in the earth. We understand what he's telling us, us as the hopeful elect. We understand what we're getting ourselves into when you come into this truth. This is just like some other brothers were saying yesterday, this is treason to America, Babylon the Great, but they can't do nothing about it. Why? Because they know this is prophecy. And the Lord ain't going to let them do anything until it's time, to come in like a flood. They know these things. So through the planet's population starting slowly to level off, it's still growing at an apprehensible pace, and experts anticipate it won't peak until north of 10 billion. That huge mass of people could lead to an imminent population correction. What is population correction? What is that? Yeah, they just be making their own shit up. That's that pseudoscience. Population correction. Let's see what they think that is when we put that into deeper terms. What are they talking about? Population correction. We know, but let's look it up. So we won't just say it, we'll go into it. Population correction definition. They got a definition for it. They're making their own damn names. They didn't damn put fucking so-called white people all in the Bible. We know they got. See, it's a formula. What is a population correction formula? Come on now. Get off the screen. I'm outside, so it's kind of going slow. So it says, the issue arises both sampling distribution of the means of the sampling of distribution of proportions. The finite population correction factor for the variance of the means, ensuring the standardizing formula is Z plus a whole bunch of damn shit. And for the variance of proportions is a whole bunch of other shit. And this is how these motherfuckers think. They got to just diligently search everything. But we ain't worried about that. We know Yahawashi is finna fuck motherfuckers up because they don't want to listen. So let's just go here. What does finite population correction do? When the sample size used to compute estimates around the population is large and meaningfully depletes the population, you can use a statistical technique called the finite population correction, which accounts for the influence of larger sample sizes relative to the population size. So and you know, in Jake terms, you know, they're trying to calculate, you know, basically that there's going to be less people on the earth. But we already know that because they got the Georgia Guidestones. They try to, you know, they try to use their pseudoscience and all that. That's that left-hand side of the Lord. But we know on the right-hand side of the Lord, all we need is the precepts. And we know this kind of shit's going to happen. So we're going to break it down. But we just, you know, trying to get a better understanding of our enemy as we go along. And it says to seek out their wickedness until thou find none. Psalms 10:15. So we're supposed to be paying attention to what the fuck they doing because the Lord is controlling it. Okay, and this is how we learn more about Bahasham, Yahawashi in the end, because he creates good and evil. So as population ecologist William Reeves from the University of British Columbia in Canada won a recent paper published in the journal World. In other words, if we keep growing at this way, we could be in for a rude awakening, right? And they ain't, you know, there's enough room for more people. The earth was meant to sustain humans. But, you know, they going to make up some shit because why? Because they want control. Because they some motherfucking demons. But when it comes down to it, they want to get everybody under this artificial birthright. How do we know? How do we know they want us to get to this C-hip, this MARK, the mark of the beast? We know what that is. You put the grain of rice in your forehead, your hand in your forehead, the neural link from Elon Musk, and you can scan to get in your door. You ain't got to bring your wallet to get your food. You know, the central digital bank currency system is pushing this thing. And we know that they want this. Why? Because Jacob supplanted them and took that birthright, okay, of the inheritance of the universe. So they're trying to make an artificial one so they can replace it, okay, because they're carnal and they can't understand. So we're going to keep going. The global economy will inevitably contract and humanity will suffer a major population correction in this century. Okay, this could happen today, or it could happen in 10 years, it could happen in 15 years. But how do we know it's probably not going to happen in 10 to 15 years? Because Yahawashi said he was going to shorten the time. So we know we don't got that much time. He said he going to shorten the time for the elect sake. And they already done poison the water, poison the food, killing Jake, got him in a system where he go to jail and get killed. So what do you think? You think the Lord's just going to let this go on for too much longer? You know, hey, after the hopeful elect get done doing that job, the Lord is going to pick out of those people who is the elect, and we pray to be of those people because everybody else out here ain't even acting like the elect. So damn well we know they ain't the elect, and that's what we doing. All we doing is shortening this circle. So Yahawashi come out and say, who am I supposed to destroy? That's what's all that's going on right now. So when you get told this truth, you on a clock, man. They ain't gonna get a whole lot of time, man. You know, especially in this time. So humanity is exhibiting the characteristic of dynamics of a one-off population boom-bust cycle. Reeves writes, the global economy will inevitably contract, and humanity will suffer a major population correction, right? It's not just humanity on the line. Earlier this year, Stanford biologist Bernowski warned that the world is facing the worst global mass extinction episode since the dinosaurs, man. They even talking about it on the left-hand side of the Lord. We talking about it on the right-hand side of the Lord. And Jake motherfucking ass still don't listen, man. It's amazing, man. It's amazing how Jake just blow right over his head. Is it gonna happen right now? Yeah, it's gonna happen, man. They know it's gonna happen, and they don't even know Yahawashi Yahawashi. The closest they can get to Yahawashi Yahawashi is being friends with a 2/3 ass nigga who don't even got the doctrine, man. Cause we ain't fucking with them, okay? We don't mix with unbelievers, man. Because every time we do, it always ends up a controversy. Because we're not bowing down to shit in this motherfucker. We're not bowing down, okay? You're gonna have to put us to death, man. Okay, or the Lord's gonna turn us into an immortal being, and we're gonna fuck you up. One of the two, but we're not gonna bow down, Lord willing, because that's how we are now. We ain't bowing down in this shit. So we're gonna get over here and pull up some precepts about this. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 18. You know, I went on a little bit too much. I ran it a little bit too much, so Salakia. go ahead and get into the scriptures. Right? So we just trying to show that this stuff is gonna happen. The Lord is warning Jake. Put this since I'm outside. So this is how we know these things is coming. This was written 2,000 years ago, but Jake, you know, it said a wicked generation seeketh the sign. So Jake trying to look for some other shit. He want us to damn fucking bow down to his ass and write a whole damn Bible for his ass. We ain't doing that shit for your motherfucking slow belly ass. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 18. And if the righteous be scarcely saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So if we gonna barely make it out of here, and we terrified of Yahawashi, we working, we doing this work whenever we can. If we gonna barely make it out of here, well, some of us ain't, but we know some of us got to get put to death for the truth. Where the hell is the people who ain't listening? Where they gonna be at? Hey man, it also said don't worry about the multitude that perish, so we ain't gonna even think about that. Verse 19, wherefore let him suffer according to the will of the Most High, commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing as unto a faithful creator. So we know that we need to just focus on Yahawashi, because it's going to come to a point where dead bodies everywhere. And if you're sitting here thinking and worrying about where everybody else, how everybody else dying, you're going to get caught up, man. And you're going to get put to death, because he told us, don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. You focus on the hopeful elect, okay? Until we know who the elect is, that's who we focus on. The ones who are hoping to be of the elect, because there ain't nothing on this earth that is closer to Yahawashi than that. We know that by fact, you know, because they're the only ones putting on that image. Everybody else is in the world still. So we're going to stick with them, and we're going to stick with the elders and apostles, a great millstone. You know, that's something that somebody, if you believe you're intelligent, you don't even need the spirit to understand that if you do enough research and pay attention and listen enough to elders and apostles of great millstone. You know, they display the spirit so much, you can see the distinction from them, all the other camps in the world. So Lamentations chapter 4 verse 9, they that be slain with the sword is better than they that be slain with hunger. So some of us gonna die by hunger, man. And being dying by hunger, you pan away, you know. So it's gonna be a terrible time, man. Okay, it's gonna be people eating other people, man. That's why I say don't worry about all that. You need to focus on how to facilitate yourself to be exempt from judgment. That's what we need to focus on most of the time. This is like boot camp, man. And we need to make sure that we are executing those things that are going to keep us alive, and that's that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So for these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. See? But if we got Yahawashi in this doctrine, we're not going to want nothing. Because we're going to know what? Even if we do die, we know where we going. Everybody else out here, they don't know what the fuck happened. Matthew chapter 5, verse 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst for righteousness. Not for money, not for women, not for fame. We're talking about righteousness, for they shall be filled. So that's why we ain't got to worry. We're going to be filled, period. We ain't got to worry about it. You know, just like when you eat a burger, you don't go, well, how's it going to like go in my stomach and get to my cells the right way or whatever. We don't worry about all that. That's how Esau eat them things. We just eat the bitch and be good. That's how Jake is. We don't think about all that extra shit. That's why I said much study wearies the flesh. You know, it's not too much studying when you're going towards the scriptures, but when you're going into other doctrines, other philosophies, trying to be like, well, I'm trying to understand why they wrong. That don't make no reason for that. We ain't got all that time. We don't got enough time for that, man. We got enough time to look into that, man. You just gonna end up bugging out. Luke chapter 6, verse 21. And it reads, blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, but ye shall laugh. So yeah, right now we weeping. Why? Because our kingdom's fallen. Shalom, shalom, and shalom everybody else on the comment board and all who are watching. Yahawashi, Shabbat. But yeah, you know, we're gonna laugh in that day. You know, we blessed right now. You know, because we hungering for what? More knowledge, more understanding, more education in this truth. That's what we thirst for and we hunger for. You know, that's why it says feed my sheep, right? And we hunger for this truth. That's why we go in to search through the scriptures, watch videos. That's us hungering, looking for it to be fulfilled in righteousness. You know, but we being filled on the daily. You know, and we weeping, like I said, because the kingdom is falling. But you know, in the end, you know, we're gonna be laughing. Why? Because we're gonna have everything with Bahasham and Yahawashi. You know, Lord willing, we part of that number that make it out on this side. So Isaiah chapter 66, verse 16. And it reads, for by fire and his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So we know there's going to be a mass extinction event coming. And so does Esau Edom. That's why they terrified, because they know their kingdom coming to the ground. Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 33. And the reason the slain of the Lord shall be that day. What's that? The day of judgment. From one end of the earth unto the other end of the earth, they shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. See, we know these things. We know that the Lord is coming to tear this shit up, and they know too. That's why they trying to make their bunkers. They trying to get themselves ready. All right. So now we're going to go over here to some false prophets. We're going to look this up. It's 2:59. I really need to get going, but the Spirit want me to go ahead and keep finishing this out. So Southern Baptist leader resigns over resume lie about education. Southern Baptist conviction leader Willie McLaurin has resigned from his post from extern executive president and CEO, the nominations executive committee, after admitting he forged his education credentials, right? But that's what these people out in the world believe. They believe that you can learn or be chosen by Yahawashi just by going to a seminary that Esau Edom built. And we know that over here on the Hopeful Elect side, we know that that's all going off. You know, we know that's all going off, man. We know that's not of the Lord. The Lord ain't in no seminary. So, you know, we're gonna keep reading a little bit. We'll keep reading. Let me get back over here. I'm outside, so it's going a little slow. So lock here for the wind, you know. So it had been running. He had been running for the position, but will no longer be considered, according to the Baptist press. You know, it's official SBC news outlet. You know, so when you go in here, he starts talking about, see, my deepest apologies. He's apologizing. Why are you apologizing being a false prophet? You making money off the Lord. You ain't nobody, man. You know? So, you know, it don't matter what he looked like. I seen a picture of him. He looked like, you know, he a bald guy, but that don't mean nothing. It's all about the spirit. You know, that's why it says don't judge according to the you know, the physical. You know, you got to judge according to their doctrine, their fruit, and their understanding of the scriptures. And this guy is a false prophet. So 2 Peter, we're going to read a little bit about it. Chapter 2, verse 1. Like, how you a CEO of a damn church? That means what? You got a tax write-off. You dealing with the government, man. And we supposed to be doing this for free. It said, buy the truth, sell it not. So what are they doing? They false prophets. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought him. Why? Because he in the church talking about Jesus Christ, a so-called white man. And these damn Edomites, you know, so-called white man is the Edomites or the Idumeans, the Romans. They never saved us, man. Okay, they got us at the bottom of the earth working for them because that's where they want us at. Okay, they don't want us to succeed. This place was set up for us to fail. So even denying the Lord that brought them and bring upon themselves swift destruction. Why? Because they provoking the Lord with false idols and worshiping themselves. Verse 2, and many shall follow their pernicious ways. That's why most people go to church and they don't listen to elders and apostles of great millstone. They don't understand the truth because they're going and following these guys. So follow their pernicious ways, by the reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. See, they speak evil of great millstone. They speak evil of the prophets. Okay? Try to make it seem like we acting over righteous and shit. What the fuck you talking about? We out here working like you. We out here got to go to work every day too. How the hell we being over righteous? You know? We drink wine too. What? Them damn Christians be the ones that you can't drink wine, you can't do nothing. And it's saying in the scriptures that it's okay to drink wine. You got to do it in moderation though. You can't drink yourself to bitterness. You see? So we ain't acting over righteous, man. But we ain't just breaking the law. We doing what the Lord allows us to do in moderation, man. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 3, and through covetousness, they shall be vain words, make merchandise of you. See, that's what they doing. They buying, they selling the Lord's word, man. How you gonna be a CEO and there ain't no money involved? That's all money, man. Whose judgment now of a long time linger, if not, and their damnation slumber, if not. So we know that these false prophets gonna pay for what they did, man. Whether they step down or not, because they're not going to Bahasham, Yahawashi, repenting about it. So that sin is still marked. They're still going to be held accountable for that sin because they didn't repent and convert. That's why it's always a big thing for you. You need to repent and convert. Because if you don't, then whatever you did, you're still going to have to deal with that. Matthew chapter 7, verse 15. Beware of false prophets. This is Yahawashi speaking, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravaging wolves. See? So they act like they good people because they don't do nothing wrong or whatever, or they got a nice position in the church and they dress nice, but no, they're demons, man. They got a demonic presence in them. Even a lot of our people, Jake, they've been seduced by the ways of the devil. 1 John chapter 4, verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits. How do you try them? By paying attention closely to what they're saying. If it doesn't match up with Great Millstone saying, hey, you gotta leave them alone. Whether they are of the Most High, which is Yahawah, because many false prophets have gone out into the world, right? And they're of the world. Hereby we know the spirit of the Most High. Every spirit that confesseth that Yahawashi Mashiach in the flesh is of the Most High. But if you have to, for a person to be like, you know, they believe in Yahawashi Mashiach, they have to confess that, you know, he's a so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah, but they're not doing that. They're not confessing that. They're confessing a whole different thing, a false God. Verse 3, and every spirit that confesseth not that Yahawashi Mashiach is coming in the flesh is not of the Most High. This is the spirit of anti-Christ or anti-Mashiach or anti-Mashiach, which Mashiach means Christ in Paleo-Hebrew, which means anointedness. So they're not anointed with the spirit of Yahawashi. So we know that we don't need to follow these people, right? Whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even by now already it is in the world. We see it now. They resigning from their posts because they know that they're not really serving the Lord. They just trying to get that money. He went and lied on his little Esau Edom application, little resume, and they done caught his ass. That's why he dropping out, not because, you know, any other reason, man. So hold on. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 20. And it reads, so I have not commanded him to speak. So he didn't command those prophets to go out and do that. They false prophets. He didn't command that guy to go out and try to be a CEO in Esau Edom's church. Okay, the so-called white man. He didn't call him to do that. He told us to preach on the highways and byways. He told us, you know, not to be following the multitude to do evil. So he didn't command them to do that. They doing that off their own lust. So, which shall presume to speak the word of my name, in a wrong name too, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. So the punishment for false doctrine is death, man. This is Matthew 24. And it reads, but there shall arise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, and they show many great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. And they can't deceive the elect, man, because elect have been chosen since the dawn of time to understand what's happening at the specific time the Lord wants them to understand. You know, we all on the Lord's clock. You ain't waking up if he don't want you to. That's just how it works. So if you do wake up, you need to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and get to work. Because there's a clock. He'll take you out of there. You know? Sometimes he'll just use you for a little something and then get rid of you. And we don't want to be those people. Okay? So we're going to go over here. Hundreds of students poisoned by bad tortillas served by schools for lunch. All right? So this is pretty you know, this is something that, you know, doesn't happen often. So I want to pull this up, you know, and we know this in the precepts, but you know, we're gonna pull it out there just to let you know, this food is defiled. So more than 200 students and a dozen members were diagnosed with food poisoning at several schools in Finland after eating tortillas included in their school lunches. According to the press, more than 4,000 tortillas were prepared and distributed in the city of Mikkeli's central kitchen before being distributed to schools. Several students said the tortillas tasted like soup, and many immediately felt sick. The city sent out a questionnaire to the schools, and out of 950 responses, 207 students said they had stomach problems since eating lunch on Wednesday, and reported by YLE or Lee News or something. Of those students, 140 reported nausea, 100 experienced headaches, and 20 said they vomited. Okay, so they're out there, and see, that look like it's a real tortilla, man. They out there killing them kids, man. Killing them kids. Esau Edom killing his own people, man. He don't care what's in that shit. All he care about is if he made his bread, he made his little money. So we're going to go back over here. We're going to put up a couple precepts on this. I don't want to deal too much with it. But this is Ezekiel 4:13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. So there is, you know, the children of Israel, they over there too. And there's defiled bread over there. And you know, it says some of us, it says the elect, they'll eat stuff that's poisonous and it won't poison them. It won't kill them or it won't harm them. So some of them people over there probably ate it and didn't even get sick. Those are the elect, man. We just don't know who they are. So Micah chapter 2, verse 10, but we know these things were going to happen because Yahawah Bahasham told us. So it's not surprising to us when we see it. And that's how it's supposed to be. You want to get to the point where you have seen so many articles and so many things going on, you're not surprised when you see these things come across. Because that's how you are able to get to a more stable understanding of, we're really sitting here watching the Lord moving these puzzle pieces until he gets to where he moves that final checkmate and he checkmate Esau Edom. That's all we're doing. We're watching the Lord play chess. Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for it is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. You see? It's polluted, to the food, down to the doctrine, down to the people. It's all polluted. So we got to come out of this place spiritually and wait on Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi to come get us out of here. So this is severe flooding hits La Plata, Argentina. Emergency evacuations and rescues initiated. So let's check this out. Now, I'll probably have to end up doing camp tomorrow morning before I go do with the elder. I was hoping I got 3 hours on break, but I'm going to just do this lesson. Lord putting the spirit on me just to deal with this lesson, and then, I'll try to do the camp in the morning before I go do camp with him. I just have to go to sleep early. I just want to finish out, at least do like another hour,
Greetings to everyone on my daily disaster YouTube channel.
Yeah, they jacked up over there, man. They messed up over there, man. All the streets flooded out. This is happening on a regular basis. That's what people don't understand. But America, Babylon the Great's being saved for last for this kind of destruction. They sitting in their house, man. They over there, man. Like you wake up in your house and everything damn near, you got a puddle of water in your house. Hey, man, that's uncomfortable, man. That's uncomfortable, man. They flooded out over there, man. Shit, I gotta ride my bike to the plantation every day. I hate riding that shit. I'm calling in. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I'm not riding through that shit. But as that's going on, we got over here a 6.3 magnitude earthquake hits Colombia's capital. So we're gonna look at what's going on over there just a little bit. Then we're gonna put in some precepts and we're gonna move on. That's how it's gonna be with Bahasham, Yahawashi. It's gonna be sudden destruction, man. So we're just gonna leave it right there. If you want to go watch the rest of it's right there. But I actually want to put it's a spirit on me right now. Let me do this. So I put up the ones that the Lord wanted me to deal with. This is another one He wanted me to put in there. So this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. And it reads, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to be out eating, having a good time, doing whatever, talking to people, chilling, and the Lord going to jack their ass up, man. And we don't want to be part of those people. That's why. What are we doing? We watching every day. We can't miss the Lord if we watching every day. Hey, the Lord gonna make sure we're not lacking if we put everything that we got towards His ministry. So we're gonna look Luke 21:25. It said He's gonna come like a thief in the night. So Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and we know this is talking about also during this time that the time of the Gentiles has to be fulfilled. What it says in verse 24, it's talking about the Gentiles. Their time of rulership has to play out, and it's just about done. Okay, how do we know? Because right after that it says, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars. You've seen a lot of blood moons. Seen a lot of things going on, a lot of media showers, a lot of different things going on, right? And upon the earth, the stress of nation. What's that? Them floods, all this damn earthquakes. You know, like the one that happened in February in Turkey. Destroyed everything over there. 50,000 people died. Okay? In America, there was an article that I found. It's way back there, but I did a video on it. Way back in one of my videos. I don't know which one. But it said America had the most catastrophes all year. Okay? They don't report all the catastrophes. They just report the ones that they, you know, that they feel like the reporters feel like it's going to get the most attention. Because that's all they about. They just want attention. You know? So, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon earth the distress of nations with perplexity, Salakia, the sea and the waves roaring so much, motherfuckers are standing in their house and the sea in there, okay? Men's heart fell in them for fear, right? And looking for those things which are coming on the earth. And when it says men's heart fell in for fear, it's going to be motherfuckers. It's going to be so damn scary. Motherfuckers going to have a straight heart attack and die, okay? Seeing the wrath of the Lord, okay? And for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And we know at the end, it's going to be the intercontinental ballistic missile shaking the earth, okay? And there's going to be all types of shit happening, okay? You know, you watch the day after tomorrow and see New York getting swallowed and stuff. Yeah, you can sit there and eat popcorn, but catch your ass being in that shit. Man, your ass gonna be terrified than a motherfucker. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent for scourges, for amendment. Okay, the Lord right now is doing payback to the wicked for what they have done throughout the earth. And this is also how we know. Amos chapter 3, verse 6. And it reads, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city? And the Lord, Yahawashi, have not done it? See? We know he did it. How do we know he did it? There's another one Lord putting the spirit on me to deal with. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. And it reads, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. So that's why, you know, that's the precept to that other one, Amos 3:6. He said, is there evil in the city? I ain't done it, right? The Lord have not done it. That's how we know he did it, because he create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. And they try to say devil, he just got his own damn motherfucking laboratory or something like Dexter, and he making his own shit up. No, the Lord control his ass too. The Lord control everything in this motherfucker. That's why we say no need to fear no man, because the Lord will jack your ass up, especially if you fucking with his prophets. You need to just back the fuck off. Okay? We out here working for the Lord. We doing what our bodies is meant to do. Okay? That's serve Yahawashi.com. If you're not doing that, you need to figure out something, because if not, it's going to pull your plug, you know, in due time. So this is man split in half after jumping off roof in Manhattan's mandatory Mandarin Hotel. And it's been a lot of that lately. It's been a lot of people just killing themselves, man. You know? And I know that on a personal aspect. People that I knew personally, okay? You know, did things that I wouldn't expect them to do. But it's all the Lord, man. The Lord did that, you know? You blow your head off, the Lord made you do that, man. He gave you over to a reprobate spirit, and you did that, man. So that's why we want to fear the Lord, because he can have us out here like that, man. Jumping off a damn roof and getting slit in half, man. That's a scary situation, man. So it said a man died after jumping off a 750 feet top of a five-star Manhattan hotel on Thursday night, according to authorities. Shortly after 9 p.m., the individual believed to have jumped from the top of the opulent Mandarin Oriental. Most of these be Edomites, because they know that they going into slavery. So they said, what's the point? What's the point of still staying here? My life already sucks. So they be just getting rid of themselves. They said, I'll just go into slavery. Fuck feeling this pain here. So Oriental Hotel in Columbus Circle, according to police sources, the individual, who does not appear to have been a guest or resident of the building is thought to have used the service elevator to reach the hotel's top. On the way down, he crashed into the glass awning of the hotel, and his body split in two at the scene. The unnamed male was pronounced deceased. Of course, if there's anybody alive walking around in half, let me know. I'll do a video about it. On the way down, he crashed into the glass awning of the hotel, and his body split in two, right? The hotel, located on the top 19 stories of the 55-story Dushek Bank Center skyscraper, which also houses a number of the most prestigious celebrities in Hollywood. So it must have been just somebody dealing with a lot of grief, a lot of pain, but hey, they in their right mind now. It wasn't serving Bahasham Yahawashi, I'll tell you that, because he wouldn't have put the spirit on him to go do that. So what does it say? What does it say about people who not serving Bahasham Yahawashi? Hey, can't feel sorry for these people, man. We worried about the ones who care about Bahasham Yahawashi. Everybody else, hey, you got what was coming for your ass if you didn't want to listen to the prophets. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 4. They shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, which means what? They gonna feel sorry for your motherfucking ass. Neither shall they be buried, right? They shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. This was coming. Of course, they probably removed that guy. And they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth, man. That's why we ain't supposed to worry about these people out here. You don't want to serve Bahasham Yahawashi? We don't want to deal with you. Why? Because you're going to mess around and be one of these motherfuckers out here in the middle of the street, split in half, man. We can fuck around with Bahasham Yahawashi. Job chapter 27, verse 14. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. So Esau Edom, just because he got a bunch of people out here and got his buildings together, all that don't mean shit. That's just, the Lord just building them up to get slain. And his offspring shall be not satisfied with bread. Why? Because they know they got to go into slavery after this. So they committing suicide and shit, killing themselves. The kids ain't even satisfied with all the shit they got because they know it don't mean nothing. It's vanity. After they done came across the apostles, and they done found out they going into slavery. Because Esau Edom know these are the same spirits that were back doing this wickedness back then. They know. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. Hold on. And it reads, see now that I, even I, am he. There is no God with me. So there's no other powers other than Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So if you get bruised up, you get cut, you get hurt, anything happen to you, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi ordained that to happen to you for a reason. Either to warn you or just to punish your ass if you're not listening, which is, basically a warning. So we don't want to be those ones who go through that kind of pain. If we go through pain, we want it to be for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi's sake, not just because we was disobeying, because it says that, we will suffer, we will be persecuted, some of us will get tortured, some of us will go through some real shit. But if it's in the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, those people are going to be greatly rewarded, man. Okay, for holding that integrity and holding that faith. That's what we out here for. Okay, we out here as soldiers of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. We ready to die for this faith, man. But Lord willing, we get saved, because that's the reason why Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi died, because he wanted to save people. So we want to get saved, but we prepared to die though, if we got to. So shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, the Hebrew Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Rawchaa, Yahawah, Rawchaa, Yahawashi. Rawchaa, Yahawah, Rawchaa, Yahawashi. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Quadash. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Led me to this truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are the elected, to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, is be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. It is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. Lord willing, I'll be able to go in the morning and finish off my camp. before I got to go do camp with the elder. And, you know, I haven't really mentioned it out there yet, you know, but the reason why I try to do a separate camp from the elder, because it's like I'm still a follower of GMS. So it's like you want to do your camp and then you want to report, okay, and aid that camp in whatever way you can to the best of your abilities, you know. So I got my own relationship with Yahawashi, and then I have a relationship that I'm building with you know, my elder, with the Lord and our work, because the work of two is better than one. So that's why, you know, I'm putting in that double work. But Lord willing, you know, I can come in part of the fold. That's what I've been, you know, striving for. If it's a will of the Lord, I'll be able to just do camp with the elder and be able to get on more topics and be able to get in the spirit on more of these articles. Because, you know, I like to talk about things that are happening recently and currently, because the elders and apostles already have all the breakdowns, all those kind of things. We're just supposed to be showing where the Lord's moving chess pieces. Is what I believe as young men of the followers of GMS. So I try to do that. So Shalom, Wa Baba Ba, Lord willing, is edifying to y'all. And Lord willing, we'll be able to exalt the name of Yahawah another day. Shalom.